All right, super easy how to make cold brew. So you just have a pitcher of filtered water. I fill it up all the way up here, and it's a big pitcher because my husband likes to drink cold brew concentrated. He likes a strong cold brew. So normal people have like a small pitcher of concentrated cold brew, and then they dilute it into their tumbler or into their cup to drink, and then it'll last a long way. If that's the case, you can go ahead and buy, like, Starbucks has their own cold brew filter packets. Let me see. Sorry, turning around. Okay. Starbucks has their own filter packets that you can put in a pitcher, and it'll make, I don't know, like one pitcher makes 8 cups or something, because what you're doing is you're diluting it. So it's making the concentrate and then you're diluting it to your preference. My husband would drink the whole pitcher as 1 cup and not dilute it at all, which is what he typically orders from Starbucks, is a cold brew with no water, which is cold brew uncut. So as I'm trying to make it at home for him, I had to kind of experiment a little bit, and it is not cost effective whatsoever to buy the cold brew packets that they sell in the store, whether it be the Dunkin' Donuts one, they have one, or the Starbucks one, because it's about $10 for 2 pitchers worth. And so basically it's $10 for 2 mornings of coffee, which is more expensive than if he would just go to Starbucks and get it there. It would be like 4 something what he orders for a Trenta cold brew. So I wanted to figure out how to make it cheaper. So this is what I've come up with. So that's what I'm sharing with you today, is how to make a concentrated cold brew at home with regular coffee beans and coffee filters, some twine, and a pitcher. So here it is. All right, so you're gonna scoop in about 2.5 scoops of your coffee grounds. I'm not gonna get all fancy into what kind of coffee grounds to use, because if you go online, you can figure it out. Basically, the most important thing is that you use something that is more coarse ground than fine ground, which I guess this is more coarse ground. But to me, it's still on the finer side. But this is Java Time coffee. I just picked it up at Grocery Outlet because it was cheap. And if I'm going to be making pitchers of cold brew, I just wanted something cheap, because that's the point. I'm trying to make money. I'm trying to save money. So that's where I'm at. So I'm just filling these with some coffee. And the thing with cold brew is you need to use like double the grounds to make a cold brew. Double the grounds what you would use to brew a cup of hot coffee. But the benefit is that cold brewing a coffee has lower acid content. It lowers the acidity of the coffee, because if you hot brew it, it releases the acid. So this is actually beneficial if you are trying to have a lower acid lifestyle. All right, I'm gonna put it down for just a second. Okay, I don't know if you can see this. Okay, so then we're just gonna twist it up at the top. I have twine that I had on a roll in the kitchen. Yeah, my nails are horrible, sorry. So I'm just going to pinch it at the top and tie it into a little knot and pull it tight. You want to make sure it's closed up here, because you don't want the coffee grounds seeping out into the water. Otherwise, you'll have to filter it afterwards somehow, and it's more difficult. So I'll just give it one more go around. And there you have one packet. Ta-da! And so I'll do it with the next one. So here's the coffee. It's in there. You just pinch it up at the top. And you tie it around. I put 2.5 scoops in here because that's how much I can fit into a filter and still be able to pinch it at the top and tie it around. If I overstuff it, it doesn't close up as nicely on the top. And then what happens is that the coffee spills out, like I said, and we don't want that because then my husband has a mouthful of coffee grounds. Yum. All right, I'm just making one more. So what I'm doing for this pitcher, that will last him 3 days. So each one of these is basically 1 day of coffee. But I put all 3 of them into the pitcher, and you want to let it brew for at least 12 hours, but 24 hours will be the best because it'll be stronger. But 12 hours is sufficient also. He doesn't complain at 12 hours, but I know for a fact it's way darker at 24 hours. So, and I believe that the Starbucks roast, the one that you buy, says 24 hours. All right, I'm not gonna sit here and make you watch this. You just tie it up. I'll switch it around now. And then you're gonna put the coffee just right on top. Right on top. And if my third one was done, I'd put that one in now too. Plop. And then you take it over to the fridge, you put it in. I lost my lid for this one, otherwise I'd put the lid on. Put the lid on, put it in the fridge. It will stink up your whole fridge, but it smells good. So I hope you don't mind the smell of coffee. And there you have it. In 12 to 24 hours, you'll have some nice cold brew. Voila. You can look online at different websites. They actually have many articles out there on what the best coffee they recommend. You can purchase it on Amazon through their link, of course. But like I said, really, my husband hasn't said, oh, that's awful. So this is what I'm using now. Before this, I was using just the regular Signature Select coffee grounds from Safeway, and he didn't complain then. So this is just something, a different blend that I'm trying. And it's been working out. So you should try it too because it's not that hard. One cute thing I saw someone doing is if you want to make 1 serving a day, you can brew, you can take one of these little packets and plop it in the top, on top of a large mason jar, and brew it like that. And then you don't have this giant pitcher taking up a bunch of space in your fridge. You have this smaller mason jar that you can also drink out of if you'd like, or that could be your concentrated blend that you can dilute. It's up to you. All right, happy brewing, guys. Hope that helps. Bye.